All right, recording picking up right after I finished watching the Xbox game showcase and going immediately into the Starfield Direct. Make sure I switch my scene. Almost forgot to switch my scene. Come on, blow my brain, please. Bethesda.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios. You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here, and that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as
Where's
much as
Elder
you do.
Scrolls
And
6?
throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do? And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together, but well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look.
Show me something. Can I explore
Starfield
an
is
entire
our first
planet?
new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG.
Oh, this is the
through
HUD.
and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities. But this time, it's not just one world.
Oh shit.
It's over 1,000 worlds.
1,000?
Because the choice of where to go, it's
Bitch.
not ours. It's yours.
No Man's Sky on crack.
And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it. From the rocks at your feet to the mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds. That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too. We realistically simulate the galaxy around you. Our next generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere.
Okay. Yo,
We also
my
have
PC
an
is
all-new animation
screaming
system.
looking at this, man.
And of course, you can play it in third person,
Or first person.
and you can play it in first person.
Yo, the game running smooth. Stop it. This is a dream. What is this running on right now? Tell
We
me.
love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources,
This is No Man's Sky.
do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
This is No Man's Sky, but better graphics. Like. Oh, and better gunplay. Okay. Oh, we airborne with it. Yeah. Oh my god. It's the whole thing is it's running smooth.
We do love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up, and you can view all that in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack.
I'm gonna keep it a buck right now. If you want to experience something like this before the game comes out, just play No Man's Sky. Because so far, from what I'm seeing, going to different worlds. The yeah, of course, the world structure, different creatures, the way that you like ping things and just find structures and investigate, so on and so forth. The enemies are not abundant in No Man's Sky. 100 and okay, no, that's actually capped because like now that they've added like pirates and stuff, the shit could get really hectic really fast. But if you want to experience something like this, give No Man's Sky before this comes out. If you don't like No Man's Sky, you more than likely won't like this game. Honestly.
A ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess over food.
Okay.
When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship.
You can fast
we
travel.
have
That's
companions
good.
and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship,
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
and he can even say your name. Let's head out.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space.
Right now, I'm just hoping that they don't do the thing that fucking No Man's Sky does with their fucking resources, where it's just like you can't leave the planet right now because you don't have enough fuel in that specific canister to do that specific thing. So now you gotta fucking run around to find it, and you can only like launch 4 times before you need to Please, please don't do no shit like that because that shit is annoying.
Exploration to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where
NASA
the tech
Punk,
is
okay.
advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us,
Okay.
it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously, the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch. A bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system.
Okay.
Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy.
Shit.
Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system, where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
Alpha Centauri is an actual star. Like that's real.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo.
Scanning the cargo.
Scan
So could there ever be an instance where you're carrying like contraband and like they try to scan your ship and you don't pass the scan and the motherfuckers pull up on you? Bro, what? That'd be so fire.
complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
How do they expect this to
So the main
run?
focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a Colony War memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact, if you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god, look at how it's coming together.
That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe, the former space cowboy, and Barrett.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
This is a 1 billion hour game. It never stops. I'm for it though.
The United Colonies is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity.
It's a little daunting. It's a little daunting because if, like, let's say for example, because I'm imagining Skyrim in this, right? Skyrim, you'll have like Whiterun. In Whiterun, you'll have different missions, so on and so forth, that you can do, so on and so forth. And then, you know, there's like one overarching story over everything that's like the main story for you to do. And, you know, but every single city has like their own quest lines, their own group, you know, whatever it may be. Now, let's expand that, right? Now, imagine you have that same thing, right? But it's like planets. So you got a planet with multiple cities on it, and then multiple cities having different fucking missions and shit. Then you got that from that planet. You have moons on that planet that could have other missions and shit. And I'm assuming there's gonna be space stations too that's gonna have missions and shit. And then, mind you, still just talking about the possibilities of one planet. And then there's multiple planets in a solar system, or in a solar system. And then you could go to different solar systems. So each solar system can have a different varying number of planets with their own missions and own storylines and the whole fucking thing. Bro, my mind is fucking blown right now. How big is this game about to be? This is a little daunting because it's like, yo, bro, y'all expect us to do all of this? That's crazy. All right.
They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard?
Ooh.
Of the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies.
What the fuck is that?
The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies. Beyond the United Colonies' reach, you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems.
Star systems.
This is Freestar Collective Space.
Bro,
the capital of the Freestar Collective is Aquila City.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the settled systems as a pleasure city, where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers.
What the
All
fuck,
humans
son? This shit
dust
about to
and
be
die.
fucking crazy, bro.
A new face. Is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile?
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always...
Y'all are hearing, I'm sorry I keep pausing it, but y'all are hearing, if you're just listening to this, there's so many little things that you could pick up on that are like quest lines. So you know there's going to be a red line, what is it called? The red line, a red line quest line. That's what I'm thinking, a red line quest line. And then what they said, the Crimson what? Let me go back a second.
Of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile.
Red Mile. I said red line. I mean red mile. Red Mile is going to be a quest line.
Theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet.
Crimson Fleet. That's another storyline right there. Maybe you can join. Maybe you can join these factions. Maybe you have to fight against these factions. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows?
Cities and settlements further
100% going to be a quest line where you can become a space cowboy. 100%.
Than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
So, ready to get out there?
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell.
Are they really playing it
I'm
on
the
a
type of
fucking
person who
Xbox
spends
right now?
Hours in character creation. And I think people are going to be really excited when they see all of the improvements we've made.
One of the biggest overhauls was done through our character generation system.
We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities.
Okay.
And by mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
Hey, come on, come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any
Argos
bells?
Extractors, brand new
Any of
name.
this look
Another
familiar?
quest line. That's all I'm hearing. All I'm hearing is quest lines right now.
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point. Your journey
Oh
from
my,
there can be
I'm
as
gonna be in the
detailed or
character
as quick as
creator
you
for
want
like
it to be.
3
This new
hours.
system has more to offer than ever before.
It's also the simplest character generation system we've ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings. It's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in. Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to Dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
By Vectera, by Vectera! Is it really, really you?
I can have
Join your
fans.
crew,
That's
give
crazy.
you gifts if you're willing to put up with this constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air.
That's crazy.
I've got to have every molecule.
My favorite trait is
Get
you
this
have to
thing
pay some
away from me,
credits to
son.
support your parents, but they're very sweet, and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
Wow.
There's another
Okay.
great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you. No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait,
this
there are ways
is
to do that too.
this shit is clean.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
Adoring. His name is Adoring
We'll
Fan.
let you discover that on your own.
You can't kill your crewmates? That's fucking crazy.
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can really begin. We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point.
Okay.
Which can be
Calm
used
shit.
to unlock or rank up skills. Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill.
That was a lockpicking
Challenges become
system. That was
increasingly
fire.
difficult as you work your way to higher ranks. With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill, there's a lot to choose from.
I like the xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
What? No fucking
Boost
way.
pack out of the gate, I'm boost packing everywhere.
You could be fucking Boba Fett.
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat.
No, that's funny. That frame rate
That
was
one's a
struggling
lot of
right
fun.
there.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone.
Okay,
Favorite
pickpocketing.
part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie and then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits. Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
I'm more of a run and gun player.
You get to play how
I
you
like
want.
doing the death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them.
That's not them playing the game.
I like blowing stuff up.
Nah, son. Xbox got it.
Exploration
They
is
got
a
it.
key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures. Our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable. From the way we approached planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the sun. Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships. It's all out there.
One thing I think I just realized is that I didn't see any like in atmosphere flying. Like I didn't see them get into the ship and then take off and then are able to like fly around in the planet's atmosphere. So that might not be a thing. And then that can also be a little not concerning, not really, because even if it's like this, then whatever. But I mean, we just gotta see. I guess we just have to see. Cause maybe maybe I missed something. Maybe I just missed it.
Ultimately, it's about rewarding your curiosity. Because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
Like we see sequences of them landing, but we also don't see. Okay, so that might be a thing. See, it showed it in first person, you
Space
landing the ship,
exploration
so on
is
and so forth.
possible thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having another
Maybe I'm speaking
character
too soon. Let me
or
just watch.
home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do. You can buy a
Ship
ship.
customization.
I'm sure
you
can find something you like. Customize and upgrade that ship.
Okay.
And hire a crew to keep it up and running. And it all starts in spaceports. Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships. Anything I can help you with? Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo
Bounty
missions,
hunter missions.
or even do a little
Cargo missions.
For now,
Smuggling
though,
missions.
We're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything
Oh
you
my
see
God.
here. And you have two ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything, from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps. You can even fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want. The parts you
Make a
choose to build with
goddamn
don't just
Star
affect your ship's
Destroyer. What are you
stats.
talking about?
They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship. You can have modules for crafting or for storing and displaying your weapons. Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship. From living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms.
I'm guessing there's gonna be a limit to the size.
Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals.
Okay.
The HMS Platypus,
Looks like an ant.
as I called it,
Oh.
where it had a giant tail to it. And we've done spiders, we've done mechs. So it's really
That's funny.
whatever your imagination is.
You already know.
And while you can build your home
people,
among the stars,
the players
the way
are
you
gonna
want
take
to,
this shit and go
you're probably not
stupid.
the only person who will call your ship home.
You already know there's gonna
off
be
when
crew
you are,
missions,
Captain.
like missions to get additional
Engines
people
ready.
or specific
Frontier
characters.
is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
Same
We'll
way
be traveling together
Skyrim has
until we either
companion
find
missions.
an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each companion comes with their own valuable skills for your ships and outposts, as well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might blossom into romance.
I don't know that I've ever really loved anyone except you.
Can I be
And
gay?
if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always hire additional
I
crew
usually
at
make
spaceports.
woman characters.
Got any room
I
on your
don't,
ship
I don't
for
want to date a
someone like
dude.
me?
I don't want to date a dude.
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run. And just like companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please
Can we
avoid getting
customize
shot.
them?
You might die.
I still wanted to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel more human-like, and give him a little personality.
It is a shame exploration.
These
requires
motherfuckers
so
can
much
die.
bloodshed.
No.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield,
No.
you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your
I
dreams.
just realized all these companions and shit. These motherfuckers can die.
And now, let's take to the sky.
Okay, this is what I've been waiting to see. I want to see the ship leave the atmosphere. Okay, it just throws you into space.
In the
Okay.
cockpit of your very own
It
spaceship.
just throws you into
and telling
space.
you that you can do pretty much anything, and that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like you're in complete
Y'all saw that? That was a
control
that was a
every
space
step of the way.
station. There's going to be space station missions.
We've extended that sense of control to ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster.
Okay.
Powering up the ground drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump. And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight. You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there.
Crimson Fleet. No, that frame rate is
Unlocking the
bucking.
targeting control system skill will allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target.
Oh, look at that.
After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap. But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel and boarding their ship.
Okay. Taking give me your shit to a whole new level.
Once you've taken control of an enemy ship, it's yours.
Really?
Add it to your fleet and retrieve it at any spaceport.
Really?
But space is way more than fighting for your life.
Okay.
Just like when you're planetside, there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards.
What the? They called it a star yard. Space station,
Walk the
star
halls,
yard.
Talk to the crew. Maybe
Same
get talking to
thing.
buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship.
Mom,
One worthy of you.
that is a
Maybe
crazy
you'll dock
ass
with a
tattoo.
gigantic battleship, like the UC Vigilance.
Oh, we're docking at. Oh, you can dock at other ships too. Okay. Oh, friendly ships.
Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars.
Oh, look at this. All these missions.
There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well.
Missions,
You
things
can
to
hail
do.
any ship you come across to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Let's do this.
Really?
When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm gonna board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all these sandwiches and put them, in my cargo hold that I have specifically
That's
for
mad
sandwiches.
funny.
I don't want to play
Wow.
the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
That's funny.
Some strangers might be looking for a little human connection in the darkness of space.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up
Grandma.
some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Some of the best moments are the ones you discover on
Hmm.
your own. The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then, realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our
That
random
sounds like a
encounters,
deep
it's in our
ass storyline
handcrafted
right
classes.
there.
And it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit. We want you to feel like explorers, breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy. We want you to feel hopeful. We want you to feel this sense of awe and wonder, and sometimes a little fear.
Holy shit.
We're giving you a massive playground and a ton of toys, and just setting you free.
Hey everybody, we've shown you so much stuff, but we thought we'd just take a little break and show you something a little bit different. You know, we put so much detail into our game worlds, and we love the opportunity to bring that into the real world with our collector's editions. And for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation
that's cool.
Explorer's Watch. This is the watch that you actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and then environmental information. It connects to your phone to give you notifications and other information, and we've also designed this really cool case that it comes with, Istvan.
Yeah, we really took as much care in designing this case as we did the watch. Our attention to detail in the game totally translates to this. Inspired by the cases that the astronauts used during the Apollo era to bring back samples from the moon. It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, comes with a Constellation patch, NATO strap, and the overall functionality and believability of this as something that would exist in the world, in the Starfield universe.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there, and it even tells the time.
We actually have something else. Now that we're part of Xbox, we get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield controller. It's awesome. It is now, you know, our favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship. And not only that, we've created the first ever custom headset with Xbox. And this is a perfect pairing with that controller.
That is cool. That is very cool. You're probably not going to be better than these motherfuckers, but you know, it's cool. It's still very cool.
In every one of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom to experience both the exciting planets and the quiet ones.
Okay, so again, well, this is not a concern, but because I didn't see any like in atmosphere flying, it begs the question of just how expansive each landing point is, because I don't think you can just walk the entirety of the planet like you can in like Star Citizen or you can in No Man's Sky. I think there's specific points that you can find on the planet, and then you can land there, and then it'll have like its own expansive area. While it may be large, I don't think it's like infinite. I could be wrong. Could 100% be wrong. But until I see like in the atmosphere flying, like you can actually fly around the Earth or fly around the planet, it would be crazy to assume that you'd just be able to walk it at that point.
Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
I think what's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explore. Our system builds the planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain. After that, we have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, ore and plants to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known
I need
for.
to see some kind of like planetary transportation.
Disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
Okay. I need to see some kind of planetary vehicles. Or are they just expecting us to walk the entire expanse? Because I seen one marker that was like 700 meters away. The only option is to walk there? Oh my god. Saw that weapon wheel. Weapon wheel was extensive. Why do you make that sound?
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet. Whether you want to explore and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way, or simply take in the views. With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals.
Okay.
You can get experience and rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters, we wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
The game is running like butter. Like butter. I'm only worried that this is gonna be another release flop. Right now, that's the only thing I'm worried about, is how it performs on not just consoles, but PCs too.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp. Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any planet. And the habitat modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses, and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Okay.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam, where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is. And then when you're on your feet, you can really decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
This game is gonna be crazy. This game is gonna be fucking insane.
Add crafting and research stations in your outpost to utilize any resources you find or already have.
Take my fucking money, y'all.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor.
Okay.
You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
So we melee builds.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
Okay.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
We probably have more mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment.
Sniper?
Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And for giving you an edge in combat. Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying. Zero-gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero-G will actually push you backwards. Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
We also have mag weapons. These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage. Whether you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists, or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger.
Oh shit.
Starfield's got you covered.
They did mention before that there's gonna be like a beast hunter trait. So fighting hostile creatures, you know what that means? More missions. Oh my god, that man got stamped fucking flying. I mean, shit, what else is there? What is he about to do? He is not about to do fucking magic! Get the fuck out of here.
Thanks again for being with us
Man,
today.
started
We are just
busting
so
out
grateful
magic.
that you've taken the time and spent it here. I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we could show here. You know, as we play it,
Son.
we're always sharing these unique and special moments that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here. This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it. All of them putting something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
I love the way that our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
Right now, this game feels too good to be true. It feels too good to be true. The pessimist in me is like just searching. It's searching for something to be wrong. And I think right now the only thing that could go wrong with this game is the performance. Right now it's just a performance, because if we're talking about story's gonna be fine. The things to do, it feels like goddamn near, it's not infinite, but hypothetical, it's like it's infinite, as in like I highly doubt anybody, though the majority of people are gonna finish everything or be able to finish everything. But yeah, right now the only thing that can ruin this game for me would be like if the performance is unbearable. And when I mean unbearable, I mean like I can't play it unbearable. Or like the graphics have to be ugly for me to play it unbearable. Because my PC is still high. I have a very high spec PC, i7, 3080, 32, no, 64 gigabytes of RAM. I shouldn't have a problem running this game if it's running on an Xbox. But you never know. I feel like too many games recently have come out that have just ruined that experience for me. That's why recently I haven't been getting any single player games on PC, but this is one that I feel like I need to get on PC. Like I have to get this game on PC. One, because I also don't own an Xbox, so I have to get it on PC. But yeah, let's keep going.
Games.
I love the creatures, the exploration.
The
every
creatures look cool
biome
as
is
shit, too.
different. The word that comes to mind is vast.
And that one thing I seen
I
where you
like
could
to
like
use our
mind
photo
control
mode
creatures.
to take rock star photos.
I just love that constant feel of discovery and wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our outpost building systems.
My favorite part is every time you step out on a planet, it's a unique experience.
You spend all this time building your ship, and you see it on the landing pad. These things are gigantic. It's the kind of thing that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships,
audio design,
planets, the day-night cycle. Those details matter to me.
Diplomacy,
Exploration,
freedom,
the ending.
Vesca.
The ending.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher,
Brain sprout.
A lever action.
I love, but
rocket
some people
launcher.
might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben. The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Make engines go. Good luck, Constellation. You are go for me.
September 6th. That's right there. That's in 3 months. That's in 3 fucking months. Yo, son. That's in 3 months. Not gonna lie one bit. If Star Citizen, no, I was about to say Star Citizen. This is what Star Citizen should have been. If Starfield lives up to its promise of what it's supposed to be, and it runs good, could low key be one of the better games ever created. And you know what? I'm a hold that. It's gonna be up there. Okay, maybe not the best game ever. No, probably best game ever type beat. Xbox should have a real living W on their hands. All they need to do is not fuck up the release. That's it. Just don't fuck up the release. Don't fuck up the release. Even if you gotta push it back. Just make sure when it releases well. Because if this flops, What else does okay, Xbox does have a couple other things. But this is Xbox's like I feel like they're treating it so much like their trump card. I really hope they treat it like their trump card. Like put everything on, throw money at this because this is gonna bring in money. This game will bring in money. People will buy Xboxes to play this game. But yeah, right now Xbox, like I said, if Xbox just lives up on this promise of Starfield, they could win. They could just fucking win. Because all the games that PlayStation puts out can't live up to this. It literally can't. They can't live up to it. There's not a single game in PlayStation's rosters that can compete with a Starfield. If we're being honest. Yeah, that's my thoughts for now. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna be there on September 6th. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there on September 6th. Matter of fact, I'm gonna mark the date. I'm scheduling myself a nice week-long vacation. So September 6th till probably like the 13th. Just gonna be straight Starfield. Of course, I'm gonna stream it. Again, please, Bethesda. Please, Microsoft. Please, Xbox. All of you, please. Just make sure the game releases in a good state. Please. Please. Don't ruin it. Y'all have something special here. You have something special here. And I know so many people like myself are excited for this shit. And if you drop the ball with the release, I'll never forgive you. I will never forgive this goddamn company. That's a bit much. It's not that serious. But for real though, I really hope they don't mess this up.